So in my previous video, I spoke about how childhood obesity is silently on the rise and the associated problem it brings. If you haven't watched that video, please watch that one and then this. So how can we address childhood obesity? The simple answer is with knowledge. As a parent, you are directly responsible for all your decisions with respect to your kids. Of course, when it comes to bigger things like say choosing a school for your kid, you will do plenty of research and choose the best one, right? Then what stops you from doing the same about food that they eat? We all know that we become what we eat. Nutrition, especially in the initial years, becomes the founding blocks of your kids' health. Then why do we choose to remain ignorant or choose a shortcut, that is fast food, when it comes to the kind of food our children eat? Well, the very first thing every parent, and I mean every parent, must do is educate themselves on the basis of food and nutrition. You are actually responsible for what goes on your kid's plate, and your child will face the effect of your ignorance later in his or her life. If you know the importance of nutrition, only then can you explain it to your children earlier in their life. So try and learn about food groups, nutrients, macros, micros, learn to read the labels. This education should ideally start from before pregnancy, because as I mentioned in my previous video, if the mother eats a lot of food with poor nutrients value during pregnancy, the child is likely to be obese and inherit some of the effects of incorrect nutrition. It's my humble request, especially to all loving mothers. I understand you like your child eating what you cook, but we tend to do it on a regular basis, and do not force your children to eat by the clock. In fact, teach them to listen to their body's hunger cues. This way, when they grow up, they will eat only when they are hungry. Kids do not need so much food. Ensure you are giving them nutrient-dense, balanced food that includes protein, fresh vegetables and healthy fats. Remove time to cook meals for them. It may be something they like, but cook at home instead of storing some ready-to-eat packaged food. For working mothers, you can cook the earlier evening and store it in the fridge. Trust me, this is still better than relying on packaged foods like instant noodles and pastas. So, the old Indian term "khate peete ghar ka" was considered a compliment. This was relevant back then when there was scarcity of food. In today's time, it's anything but a compliment. After you have taken care of nutrition, there is one more very important aspect to look into, that is physical activity. Force your children to move. It may not necessarily be exercise, but something they love to do it, like dancing, running, working out. Let them choose what they enjoy the most, but ensure they are doing this minimum 1.5 hours daily. After you have taken care of nutrition, there is one more important aspect to be looked into, that is physical activity. Force your children to move. It may not necessarily be exercise, but anything that they like. Whether it's dancing, running, working out, let them choose what they enjoy most. But ensure they are doing this minimum 1.5 hours daily. Thirdly, limit their screen time. Of course, you do not want to take away their enjoyment, but you can set some ground rules like no phone, tablets or TV 2 hours before bedtime. As you are aware, the blue light emitted from screen hampers sleep pattern, which over time can lead to insomnia and hormonal imbalance. Last but not least, ensure you are spending quality time with your kids. With the world rapidly changing, our kids too are getting probably too much exposure at a young age. Make sure you talk to them regularly so that they are very comfortable to share anything that they must be bothering them. Be their friend. I would like to sign off by saying your kids' health is a reflection of your parenting. It's up to you to ensure your children get the childhood they deserve. Thanks for watching.